So boom, what's going on YouTube? It's your favorite YouTube, you just don't know it yet, and we back with another versus series, bro. But this one, well, it's like all the other versus series, but it's with some gloves that, you know, they might be in my top 5 list. With these versus videos, we compare, you know, whatever you guys ask for, but a lot of these videos are kind of gearing towards last year's versions versus New Year's versions, and that's what we're going to be doing on this one. We're going to be comparing Invictus 2.0s versus the 3.0s. We're going to see if the predecessors are better or if the new kids on the block are better than the predecessors. These gloves, Invictus doesn't necessarily drop gloves annually. I believe the 2.0s came out 2020, not last year. I have it in my script somewhere, but it's not up right now. So they didn't come out last year. I reviewed them last year, so that's why you guys may think they're annual. But the 3.0s just came out, and those are Invictus 2022 releases of their Armis series. So we're going to compare the two, and we're going to see which one Invictus went crazy on more so than the other. First and foremost, we gonna get into the grip, man. The grip, honestly, I think this one, when you compare these two gloves, there's not much to talk about. The grip here, it's gonna be the same ultra stick palm, which is what Invictus coined their palms to be. The grip here is relatively similar. It's not a bad thing because this grip is really good, but I think what adds to one of these gloves, I'm not gonna spoil it because we have to get into the other aspects of this video to better indulge into what makes the grip better in one of these gloves. So with that being said, the grip, just to get it, you know, long story short, to get it over with and move on to the next section, is these gloves are going to be a tie on the grip. Moving on to the comfortability. This is where these gloves really start to pull apart, right? With the 2.0s dropping in 2020, there you go. That's the answer to that question. With these gloves dropping in 2020, you definitely see the trend of where gloves were at the time. And I think that's pretty cool to see because these gloves are pretty, you know, 2020 and 2022 aren't too far apart, it's just 2 football seasons. But you see where the evolution, I guess, of football gloves is going. And that being said, with 2020, you get a certain aesthetic. You get kind of the, I guess, bulkier grips on the palms compared to newer gloves. The 2.0s, which I did like when they did come out at the time, is Invictus has always I can't talk. The 2.0s have always had kind of a sleek design to them, so that's something that they've kept consistent, which I do appreciate. In the 2.0s, now I wear white gloves, and I don't try to get these pretty fancy gloves for y'all, so y'all gonna see the dirty whites, bro, the dingy whites, bro. Yes, these are the ones that I use, and that's why they dirty. Y'all not gonna get no pretty ones because we keep it real over here. But anyway, you see where a design kind of comes down at the top of the glove. I will get into that soon, but you can see where there's more of a fabric of just like it's kind of carries over with the sticky fabric of the grip, or of the palmed grip, but at the same time it kind of, I guess, takes away from the tips because, again, that's room where you can put a breathability aspect and give yourself more airflow. One thing I do appreciate about the 2.0s is on the knuckles, you could probably barely see because I brought the whites, maybe I shouldn't have done the white, but on the knuckles of the 2.0s, you do get kind of a compression feel, so when you do bend, you do get a breathable area of the glove where you would bend your hand. With that different fabric on the knuckles, you do get a good on-hand feel. And again, like I said, the sleek design of the Invictus gloves throughout have always given you a good kind of compression feel on the gloves where it's just a light feel, you slip them on and they feel comfortable and you have a grip. And then not to mention, you do have on the bottom of it, let me just put this on, and then here where you would stitch up, you do have kind of the little pocket here. Gosh, you have a little pocket here, which is where kind of the airflow does begin, and eventually you get the circulation through the gloves with the, okay, maybe I shouldn't have used the white gloves. You get the circulation of the knuckles with that compression feel on the knuckles. As for the 3.0s, again, you see where the trend of football gloves is going with even the 3.0s because they came out in 2022. You get that sleek design and you get that overall compression, which is what I want to say, like the Addy Zeros have done. The Vapor 7.0's fabric, they didn't do a compression, but again, you get a sleek kind of all around kind of wrap instead of gloves that are stitched together piece by piece, the back of the palm, the front of the palm, and the thumb area. The 3.0s, you're gonna get an all-around cushion, but the difference here is the breathability is gonna come into play all around. I might have to do a different picture because you can barely see it because they're all white, but you can see the dots all throughout the glove. When that happens, you have breathability throughout the glove. There's another tiny slit here, but the airflow that's kind of a bigger gap just to get airflow in just in case. But when you wear this glove going like this, and you can barely see, but when you bend your hand, you expand those holes, which bring in more airflow. And I keep saying silk. I doubt you would put silk on a football glove, but that's what the back of this glove feels like, bro. The way that this glove is layered, it brings in airflow again through the entire back of the hand, right? So I go like this and you get that breathability, but at the same time, the way that since it has holes throughout the back, all of that air is gonna come in cool. Where this glove differentiates but amongst a lot of other gloves is because this glove keeps your hand cool, it keeps your hand dry, it keeps your hand comfortable enough for this grip to be at the best possible grip it could possibly be at. When you wear other gloves, you'll have, your hands are hot in there, your hands are sweaty in there. That grip is affected by those aspects within your hand. That's just human nature, right? But with these gloves, you have cool air coming in. And Invictus, this is insane. It literally feels like you have an AC unit built into these gloves. Now, I'm not saying to go tell everybody, but let me know the secrets because I want to know. But yeah, Invictus, huge shout outs to y'all on this because these gloves go crazy, bro. And these gloves do have kind of the same, pinky, index finger, little design, but where this glove is more patented and made kind of a leather design on the back, with this back, you just have so much room for the breathability that it just, like literally you could tell the difference in my hand. This hand is cool. This hand is not hot, but it's like, not cool. So like, without rambling on even more about praising the comfortability on the 3.0s, with the comfortability being so great in the 3.0s, it's a given here. The winner here is the 3.0s. Moving on to the final aspect of durability. Along with the improvements, you can see the minor adjustments that Invictus made to improve not only the comfortability, but the durability. Now, putting these gloves together side by side is, okay, how am I gonna do this? So you can kind of see where the 2.0 is a little bulkier on the hand. The 3.0 is less bulky, or there's less, okay, how are we gonna do this? But you can see here where the 2.0 kind of has a little bit of extra fabric on the end. The minor stitching adjustments that they shaved off, yes, they shaved off a little bit of the extra and they took that part off in the 3.0s. That extra fabric is again just more weak points of a glove to be torn, ripped, etc. With the 3.0s, they were shaved off. So you can see literally between the two, the 3.0s just fit my hand tighter, right? You can see you could just see these are both XLs, but the 3.0s just fit to my hand more snug, which again leaves less weak spots for a glove to be damaged. With the 3.0s having less air or less room for, again, those weak points on gloves, with it being layered with the compression on the back, there's nowhere to rip these gloves. There's nowhere with the logo. The logo is stitched on very well. I really do like the eye on the back. Again, you can try to rip these gloves, but there's nowhere to rip them because they are so sleek to the hand. There's no room for anyone to grab these gloves, right? You can't really. But with these ones, you have a little bit of extra fabric. You can pull and tug on the 2.0s, where the 3.0s you can't tug because again, the compression is so tight, which increases the durability. It increases the value of the glove because the way the stitching is layered, and just overall, there is less room. You see here, the 2.0 has this back, patch. The 3.0 has no patch. The less patches you have, the less stitching you have. The less stitching you have, the less room for, again, those weak points. You have less weak points in a glove. So with that being said, Invictus just improved in all aspects in the durability, and the 3.0s win in the durability. There you have it, man. A more in-depth analysis of Invictus's gloves from the 2.0s to the 3.0s. Now, the question is to be asked here, is the $5 price bump worth it for the 3.0s? After I just explained to you all the areas they improved in, it's up to you, but it's $5. And with $5 more, you're gonna get a much higher quality glove. The 2.0s are still great gloves, and I would still rank them out of gloves just overall. I'd probably put them pretty high up there. I'm thinking of doing a tier list for football gloves, just with all the gloves. So let me know if y'all wanna see that. The 3.0 those are just these are some special gloves, man. And I'm not saying this. Invictus didn't even ask me to do this video. Invictus did ask me to review their gloves, but they didn't ask me to compare the 2.0s with the 3.0s. But I just wanted to highlight where these gloves are so great because they deserve it. And like I said, there are some parts in these gloves that you have not seen in other gloves. The comfortability, the airflow, the breathability on the back of the hand, that compression is crazy, bro. Crazy. And where, again, the grip, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You don't have any negatives on these gloves. You may have, you know, the grip, again, it's not gonna be grip boosts, but it's still high quality stick that works. And along with the comfortability and durability, these gloves are something serious, bro. I think I understand, while I was doing this video, before I ramble, because this is a long versus series because I'm praising these gloves, but I think I understand why there's marbling on the palms of these gloves now. You can't really see it on the white, all this like dirtiness, I guess you see, that's the marbling, that's not dirt. It's like, come on, bro. When it comes to the marbling on the palm, you can see it more so on the black gloves. You know, what you think of when you think of marbling, right? You think of the prestige, and that's crazy because, you know, Invictus, they shouted themselves out on that part, and I think it's fly. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, man, before I keep praising these gloves. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. If y'all want to see these gloves, if y'all want to see what else should I versus against? You know, we have some more gloves entering the fray. We got the Phenoms, we got the Invictus, we got other gloves in the mix that you know, we gotta hurry me get this done because the end of the year is coming up. It's gonna be quick. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. And if nobody's told you yet, I know the show grind. Keep up the hard work. It's gonna pay off one day. And I will catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.